I will now show you some more subjunctions. Wenn, falls, and als. First up is wenn. You can start the sentence with the main clause or the subclause. Ich fahre mit dem Fahrrad, wenn das Wetter gut ist. Wenn das Wetter gut ist, fahre ich mit dem Fahrrad. Ich rufe dich an, wenn ich nach Hause komme. Or, wenn ich nach Hause komme, rufe ich dich an. You can see that wenn can be translated to either if or when, depending on the context. The subjunction falls is being used in a similar context. Wenn ich heute früher nach Hause komme, gehe ich mit dir joggen. Falls ich heute früher nach Hause komme, gehe ich mit dir joggen. If I get back home earlier today, I will go jogging with you. Falls can be translated as if or in case. Wenn and falls can be interchangeable in some situations. The difference lies in probability. If an action will certainly take place, we have to use wenn. If it might take place, we also use wenn. If we're less sure, and especially if it's really improbable that something will take place, we use falls. So when I say, falls ich heute früher nach Hause komme, gehe ich mit dir joggen, I am not really expecting to get home earlier, but it is still a possibility. Wenn and als are a common source of confusion as both mean when, but in German we use them in different contexts. I have already explained wenn. In this sentence, ich rufe dich an, wenn ich nach Hause komme, I am talking about an action that will certainly take place. When I speak about a past action, I have to use als. Ich habe ihn angerufen, als ich zu Hause war. This past action has to be a one-time action or something that took place over a time span in the past. If it is a repeated action in the past, we use wenn again. Compare these two. Als ich von der Arbeit nach Hause kam, wartete mein Hund an der Tür auf mich. That happened once. So I got home from work and my dog was waiting at the door. Wenn ich von der Arbeit nach Hause kam, wartete mein Hund an der Tür auf mich. That happened repeatedly. So there was a time when every time I got back home, my dog was waiting at the door for me. In English, the equivalent would be a sentence with used to. My dog used to wait for me at the door when I got back from work. You can practice that with these sentences. I will give you the English translation so you see what it's supposed to mean. Tell her hi from me if you see her. Call me straight away when you got up. When I visited my grandma, she always cooked my favorite food. When I was a child, we often went to Italy. When we're back home, I will cook something for us. Pause the video now and write down your solutions. Here it is. Grüß sie von mir, wenn du sie siehst, and also grüß sie von mir, falls du sie siehst, depending on how probable the speaker thinks it is that the other person will see her. Ruf mich sofort an, wenn du aufgestanden bist. The person will get up for sure at some time, so there's no other way to say it really. Wenn ich meine Oma besuchte, kochte sie immer mein Lieblingsessen. Immer, always, is the indicator that this happened repeatedly. Als ich ein Kind war, sind wir oft nach Italien gefahren. The time that the speaker was a child is referring to a fixed time span. The action of driving to Italy happened repeatedly, but the subclause speaks about the childhood, not about the trip to Italy. Wenn wir wieder zu Hause sind, koche ich uns etwas. Here again, they will definitely be back home at some stage, and then the person will cook. Obwohl is another subjunction. Er hat ihr geholfen, obwohl er müde war. Obwohl sie krank ist, geht sie arbeiten. The translation can be although or in spite of, so it expresses an objection or contradiction to the action in the other sentence part. Obwohl is often confused with trotzdem. Trotzdem can technically be used as a subjunction in the exact same way as obwohl. In this case, they are synonymous. Obwohl sie krank ist, geht sie arbeiten. Trotzdem sie krank ist, geht sie arbeiten. But trotzdem is not commonly used as a subjunction. Most of the time, we use it as an adverb, and then the meaning changes. Sie ist krank. Trotzdem geht sie arbeiten. She is ill. Nevertheless, she goes to work. I would recommend using obwohl and trotzdem as in the first and the last sentence. The structure of the second sentence is more likely to be found in literature and would sound odd to Germans in most situations. Das is another subjunction. That. Es ist nicht nett, dass er nicht anruft. It's not nice that he doesn't call. Dass er nicht anruft, ist nicht nett. Ich finde es gut, dass deine Freunde dir helfen. I think it's good that your friends are helping you. We can use both orders, either the main clause first or the subclause first. The latter is usually done for special emphasis. The former is the common way of using das. One interesting thing about das sentence combinations is that the main clause often doesn't seem so independent anymore as you would expect from a main clause. Especially when you use das to express an opinion, a general truth or belief, or in indirect speech. Ich finde, dass, ich denke, dass, ich glaube, dass, es ist wichtig, dass, hat gesagt, dass. In all these examples, the das subclause is crucial to the full sentence. The main clause is indeed dependent and therefore called a main clause fragment. You can still tell it is a main clause because it contains a subject and the conjugated verb is in the second place, but it cannot stand alone. It needs an addition. You will see more of that later. When expressing opinions, you can use the das subclause to express a more complex issue. In this first example, the sentence structure changes, but the content is the same. Ich finde dieses Hotel ziemlich teuer. Ich finde, dass dieses Hotel ziemlich teuer ist. So that's the difference between I find this hotel quite expensive or I find or I think that this hotel is quite expensive. In the second example, the second version is more detailed. Gesundheit ist wichtig. Es ist wichtig, dass man etwas für seine Gesundheit tut. If your statement contains a verb, then the das version is a good choice. The subclause needs to close with a verb. Here are some more examples. Ich denke, dass diese Antwort stimmt. I think that this answer is correct. Ich glaube, dass ich die Aufgabe gelöst habe. I think I resolved the task. Er hat gesagt, dass die Prüfung sehr schwierig war. He said that the exam was very difficult. Let's practice. Convert these statements into das sentences. Diese Präsentation ist hilfreich. This presentation is helpful. Freunde sind wichtig. Friends are important. Ich habe es verstanden. I've understood it. Jan, morgen gehe ich in die Stadt. Lena, ich brauche Zahnpasta. Zahnpasta is toothpaste. You can pause the video now and write down your sentences. And here's an example solution. Ich finde, dass diese Präsentation hilfreich ist. Es ist wichtig, dass man Freunde hat. Ich glaube, dass ich es verstanden habe. Jan sagt, dass er morgen in die Stadt geht. Lena sagt, dass sie Zahnpasta braucht. When expressing insecurity, we use the subjunction ob. We also use ob in indirect questions. Ich bin nicht sicher, ob diese Antwort stimmt. I'm not sure if this is the right answer. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich die Aufgabe gelöst habe. I don't know if I resolved the task. Er hat gefragt, ob die Prüfung sehr schwierig war. He asked if the exam was very difficult.